What I've got here is a glove box lock from a 2008 Honda Odyssey. I don't know what other models are like, but I just have it propped up here with a little pipe, clamp. And the thing broke, so it was in the unlocked position, but when you pulled on the handle, the little lever that trips the lock was snapped off. You can't see that because the thing's locked closed. You could try and take the screws out from the bottom. That really doesn't help because the thing stays latched to the metal bar that it latches to. But what I found was that if you take a screwdriver, the bar that holds it is this bar right here. This bar is the bar that the catch goes in, and as it pulls down, it releases the lock. So what you have to do is you have to get in with a screwdriver. You have to get something, I'm going to say, be very careful because you could scratch your lock box. But if you get like a plastic pry bar and put it in here on the box and kind of pull down, you can get in and see this space in here. If you can get a tiny screwdriver in there just to get above that and give it a little twist, it'll unlock. That's what I was able to do. But then what I found was, these locks are, 60, 70, 80 bucks online. And what I did was I found, here's the bar right here, this little plastic piece that's right here. That's the bar, and if you look inside there, it was snapped off. And what I did, I'm not going to recommend you do this, but it's working for me, is I was able to take a drill and get about a 1/10 inch hole, so 100 thousandths inch hole. I drilled straight into that plastic block. Took a nail, just a regular nail that's about 1/10 of an inch, and I drilled in probably, I was able to drill almost a 1/2 inch into that plastic block straight in, and cut a nail that's long enough to pass through and outside this lever bar. And then I took some epoxy and I put epoxy on in the hole and on the nail just very lightly because too much will just ooze out. But just put a little bit in and then pressed it in. It did have an air pocket, so you have to kind of twist it around a little bit until you get the air pocket out. Otherwise that nail will just keep wanting to push out. But once I got the air pocket out, it stayed seated. It's in there good right now. And if you pull on that, I don't know if I can do it one-handed, but you can see that it works again. So I'm going to reinstall this thing, and I'll send a post later to let you know how it works. Alright, it's reinstalled. You can see that it's working. Before you pull on this, nothing would happen. I had to get a plastic wedge in here, pry that down, get a little screwdriver, get in underneath that lever, give it a little twist like I showed previously. That allowed this to pop open. And inside here in this thing, there's 2 screws that hold this lock in. You take those 2 screws out, this whole mechanism pops out, and you can replace it or do your repair. Thanks.